everyone, welcome back. Today, my name is Meekela. My name is Meekela every day, but today I am going to be running you through the books that I would like to read in summer. Now, first of all, this is like a weird angle because this is literally the only lighting I have left. It is about to disappear on me, so if it gets dark, I am sorry, which also means that I'm going to rush through this pretty quickly. Thankfully, because I have a lot of books to talk about today, and I have already spoken about some of them, so I will leave doobly thingies for that video if you would like to know a bit more about some of the books if I don't go into as much depth for them. Second, I live in Australia. It is summer for the next 3 months, not winter, so I will be reading some lovely, like fluffy, contemporary summer vibe books, balanced out with some fantasies that I feel like I need to read. So without further ado, let's just jump in. So the first book that I would like to read this summer is one that I'm actually already reading, and it is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. This is a enemies to lovers, hate to love contemporary romance following our two main characters, Olive and Ethan, as they are the maid of honor and groom they're the maid of honor and the best man of Olive's sister's wedding. At the wedding, everyone eats the buffet, and the buffet was seafood that had some not very good food in it, and everyone except Olive and Ethan ate the food. So naturally, they're the only two left that don't have food poisoning, and they are then forced to go on this no money back honeymoon that her sister had booked for herself. I'm enjoying it thus far. I think that it's going to be a lovely, fluffy contemporary, and I'm excited to actually be able to jump into this because I haven't had much time to read lately. Following on the same vein, I have The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. This is another enemies to lovers, hate to love book that follows our two main characters, Lucy and Joshua. I don't know a whole lot about this, but I know that it is enemies to lovers or hate to love. It's set in an office setting, and there's some kind of game that's happening, and there's like a competitive streak to it as well. So I'm super excited to jump into this. I have heard great reviews about it from people that I trust, so that will be good when I get to it. The next, I swear, has been in like one of every TBR that I've ever made. And it's A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I haven't read this. I have been meaning to read this for years, and it has been in so many TBRs, so many reading vlog TBRs, and I still haven't read it. So I'm going to prioritize doing this series this summer. A Darker Shade of Magic follows, I don't know, a magician who jumps through different Londons. There's white, red, and black London. There's like this whole alternate reality time jumpy thing I think happening. I just want to know what the series is about. I'm about ready to start a new series, so I'm hoping that this will be one that I actually get to before the summer is over, because it's been years at this point. The next is a continuation of a series, and it is The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Everyone knows I don't like the Shadow and Bone trilogy whatsoever. I did not enjoy reading it, but I have heard that Six of Crows is much better. I am excited to actually jump into like these characters because I saw them and kind of their storyline in the Shadow and Bone series on Netflix, and I really enjoyed their characters. I definitely enjoyed watching their characters more than the Shadow and Bone ones. So excited to jump into this. It is a heist duology following a group of kind of like ragtag people. I don't really know how to describe it. It's headed by Kaz Brekker, and that's all I know. I'm also really interested to see how much of it was put into the Shadow and Bone season 1, because I feel like there are some spoilers for the series, but I also don't know because I haven't read the series. So we will find out, but I'm interested to see, like I'm really intrigued to see how they've adapted it. I definitely think it was a fantastic addition to the TV show because it would have been super boring if it was just Shadow and Bone. The next is another contemporary kind of like romance coming of age book. I know nothing about it. It's Radio Silence by Osman. I read Heartstopper. I watched someone who loves this book, and I kind of trust their judgment on books. They really liked The Love Hypothesis, so I'm going to assume that I will like this. I'm actually going to jump into this not knowing too much about it, but I know our main character's name is Frances, and Frances meets this new guy, Aled, and she really comes into herself, but then something happens and it sounds like it's going to be a bit of a mess, and I'm so excited to jump into it. I will finally be getting to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Initially, I had rented this on my library app, and I think I've still got it on hold, but it wasn't available until January. which realistically is roughly when this is actually probably going to get read, if I'm going to be honest. This is probably Taylor Jenkins Reid's most popular book that she has. And it follows Evelyn Hugo, I think it's in the 50s? Yeah, set in the 50s. Basically, Evelyn Hugo is telling the story of her life, which is a very common Taylor Jenkins Reid plotline and storyline, and I love how she does it. So I'm really excited to jump into this because I expect that I am going to probably give it 5 stars based on what I've heard from everyone else who has read it. To balance out all of the contemporary romance that I have, I'm going to chuck some fantastical romance in there, and I will be reading These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling that has like a fantastical element to it. It is very popular. Book Talk, BookTube, everywhere. Everyone raves about it. The second one just came out, so I am going to jump into this and hopefully pick up the second one if I enjoy it. But similar to like the Romeo and Juliet storyline, there's like a blood feud between 2 families, and then the children of both of those families fall in love. Very Romeo and Juliet-esque. I'm excited to jump into it. And also Chloe Gong, like I've said before, she seems like a really cool person. I follow her on a few of the socials and she seems alright. The second last book that I will be talking about today, because I can see the sun disappearing behind clouds and roofs, is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zappia. This is one of the books that has been on my like to buy list for probably like 5 years. I put this on my to buy list when the book first came out, and everyone really enjoyed it when it first came out. It kind of fell off the radar. I haven't heard anything since that time, but I would love to jump into it, and I'm hoping it's not one of those books that I don't like because I'm too old for it now. But basically the main storyline of this book is we follow Eliza, who in real life she's really shy, she's quite withdrawn, but online she has this handle where she makes webtoons and she's quite popular in that realm, and she is way more comfortable in that time. I'm really excited because this actually has like images and pictures and like drawings and stuff in it, and it's not completely written. Multimedia within the book. I'm so ready for it. It's been years in the making, and I will finally be getting to it this summer. And the last book that I will be speaking about today is Furyborn by Legrand. This is another one that I picked up because people on YouTube and Book Talk really enjoyed it. Again, I know nothing about it, and I'm probably going to keep it that way. But I know that like a few really big authors have blurbed it on the back, like Kendall Blake and Laini Taylor. It should be good. I like going into things blind, if you haven't noticed. So that is my summer TBR, my very, very quick wrap up of what I will be reading over the next 3 months. It is holiday time, which means I will have some time off after Christmas. But before then, I don't have a lot of time. So if videos are a bit sketchy between now and then, I'm sorry. I just have a lot going on at work that I need to finish up before I go on holidays. But then once I'm on holidays, I will have all of the time in the world to make videos and read and do my garden, so stay tuned for that. But that is all that I have for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Michaela. I post videos on Wednesdays, usually sometimes Sundays, depending on how I feel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!